Writers, last lesson was about how to plan a realistic fiction story. I wanted to remind you our first steps. First, think of a pretend character. Give the character a name, imagine a place, imagine the trouble your character gets into. After, we plan. Touch and tell across the pages, sketch across the pages. Finally, we write. Today, I wanted to write my story for you so I can remind you of our good first grade writing habits. Now remember, my character's name is Tom, and Tom heard a noise, right, on the way to his treehouse. And Tom knelt down to see what the noise was. And then Tom scooped up what he found. So I'm going to go back through and I'm going to write my words to go with my pictures. And remember, the sketches that you drew will help you remember what you want to write on each page. So as I write through, I'm going to talk through some things that we do as first graders. So when we start writing, at the beginning of the sentence, we always add a capital letter. So, Tom heard a noise. Ooh, heard. Huh. Heard. I know that the word ear is in the word heard. Tom heard a noise. On the way, notice I'm leaving spaces between each word. Tom heard a noise on the way. Oh, he's going to his tree house. On the way to his tree house. Trying to think of what kind of noise. If you look at my pictures, I put a bird by his treehouse. So what kind of noise could a bird make? It's got to be a loud noise because he heard it. So I think I'm going to write the word chirp. I know chirp isn't loud, but I think I'm going to put a caw after it. So let's write chirp. So chirp is, oh, and notice I put a period at the end of my sentence. And chirp, ch. We know that chirp is a CH. So this is the beginning of the sentence, so it's capital C, ch. And I know that is not just an R, it's a ER, ch, chirp, chirp, chirp. I'm going to write it again, I think. Chirp, chirp, caw, something like that. I can remember, I could think of a bird saying something like that. Chirp. Again, chirp, and caw, k, aw. I know the AW says aw. I'm going to end it with an exclamation mark. And I want to say it again because, something in trouble is going to say it over and over again. So I'm going to say chirp, chirp, caw again. And so I know how to spell chirp. I'm going to write it again, lowercase c this time because it's not at the beginning of the sentence. And then caw. And then exclamation mark. Okay. Now I want Tom is going to be walking along and he's going to think, what was that? So I want him to be thinking, so I'm going to write, what was that? Thought Tom, I think. So what? What is a tricky word? So if you forget how to spell the word what, you can use your word list. And on your word list, you should be able to find the word what. So it's going to be over in the W's. And there it is right there, W-H-A-T. So you have a word list you can use for those tricky words that we've worked on throughout the year. So what? This what is going to be capital because it's at the beginning of the sentence. What is that? thought. Thought Tom. Or Tom thought. I'm going to end a period. Now, I'm going to put what is that in quotation marks because this is what Tom's thinking. So I'm going to put a question mark. What is that? I'm going to put a question mark because that's his question, but he's thinking it. So what is that? And then thought Tom. Okay, so far I have Tom heard a noise on the way to his tree house. Chirp, chirp, caw, chirp, chirp, caw. What is that? Thought Tom. And again, it's just like when someone's saying something, you're going to put the quotation marks around it. So Tom's thinking this, so we're going to put quotation marks around it. Now let's move to our next page. This is the part where he kneels down. Down by the bush because he's by the bush. Oh, you know what else I want to add in my picture? I want to add up here, chirp, chirp, chirp. Because you know what? I want you to know that the noise is coming out when you look at the picture. Even though you can't see anything, I want you to know that there is that noise right now that he's hearing. Look, I even have his hand up by his ear. Okay, let's go into the next page. So, he knelt down by the bush. So, he, we know how to spell he, capital, because it's the beginning of the sentence. He knelt. This word is tricky. You might need help with that one if you wrote something like this. Knelt goes with a K. We've got the silent K in the front. Knelt down. Let's sound out the word down. D. Ow. What two letters say ow? Ow. The word the sound we put a band-aid on. D. Ow. And then He knelt down by the bush. Because that's where he heard the sound. He knelt down by the bush. What goes at the end of my sentence? You got a period. Okay, he knelt down by the bush. Now, remember the bird is upset or the bird is hurt, right? We're not really sure. Could be anything. So I want to write something about the bird being fierce or being angry or being... So I think I want to write, it was a fierce bird, because I want to put in that Tom felt afraid. So he knelt down by the bush. The bird was fierce. The bird was fierce. Tom felt afraid. Tom felt afraid. Okay? So he knelt down by the bush. The bird was fierce. Tom felt afraid. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Now this is when he's going to be brave, and he's going to scoop up. He's going to be brave, and he's going to scoop up the bird. Okay, so let's have Tom thinking again. So I'll be brave. I'll be brave. The. Now, what makes the A say A? Brave. Yes, the silent E at the end. Brave. I'll be brave. Okay, so this is something he's saying, or he's thinking. I'll be brave. So let's put that with quotation marks. I'll be brave. And I'm going to put a comma because you want him to continue. He thought. I'll be brave, he thought. I'm going to end it with a punctuation. Now I want him to scoop up because he's going to be brave and do something with the bird or for the bird. So I want him to scoop up the bird in his shirt because it looks like he's using his shirt. So I'll be brave, he thought. He, capital H because it's the beginning of the sentence. He scooped, scooped, scoop, and then you've got the d at the end. So scooped up the bird in his shirt. Bird in his shirt. Shirt. Okay? And again, end it with punctuation. I'll be brave, he thought. He scooped up the bird in his shirt. So let's read the whole thing again just to make sure. Tom heard a noise on the way to his treehouse. Chirp, chirp, caw. Chirp, chirp, caw. What is that? Thought Tom. He knelt down by the bush. The bird was fierce. Tom felt afraid. I'll be brave, he thought. He scooped up the bird in his shirt. Yeah, not bad for my first story. So I can't wait to hear your story. So make sure you're posting your stories.